Good morning, everybody. I am trying out a new microphone. It's one of the GoPro media mods, so we're going to see how this does as far as picking up my voice audio quality. So I'm not really sure. I won't know till I play this back. But we are off to work. It's Tuesday. We have 89% on the battery, which gives us 287 miles, estimated, of course. And we are at 37 degrees, so yay, we're above negatives. It's like a heat wave. Yesterday was about 40 something, so that felt like spring. And let's see, I believe are still in hurry mode. We'll have to see once we get going here. And I'm still on FSD 14.2.2.4. There is a .5 that is rolling out. I have not gotten that one yet. So hopefully it's going wide, from what I can understand. It's not necessarily just to the YouTube influencers, but I haven't gotten mine yet. Hopefully by the end of this week. I don't know the way Tesla rolls things out. I'm sure they probably have to do it at a kind of a slow pace or section pace, just so it doesn't overwhelm the whole system and the whole fleet. If you're curious about it now, Canada FSD and Dirty Tesla both have videos out about it. I think they were both posted yesterday or the day before. It doesn't seem to be too much difference between the .4 and .5. I'm sure there's just some probably little minor updates that maybe people have been noticing or commenting on. So today is a little bit different. I was off work yesterday, so I'm going into my main building for a few hours until my first home health client. I do have my student with me, so unfortunately I won't be able to film those drives. But I can at least catch this one the way home, and I'm going out to dinner with a friend of mine, so we can maybe capture that drive as well. So like I said, I am in a hurry. It's 30 miles an hour through here. We are currently at 34, as you can see. It's finally, it is taking my normal route. It's been, last couple of times, been taking different routes to get to work. So today we're going what I call our normal way. Turn the heat up just a little bit. So as I'm sure you've been hearing, if you've keep track of Tesla and FSD, you can no longer buy FSD. It's all subscription. Right now it's, I think, $99 plus tax. I have a subscription. I prefer subscriptions. I think especially with FSD for right now, if it was lower, it might be worth purchasing, but it doesn't transfer to another car unless Tesla runs a special where they do that. And it's $8,000 currently to, well, was, I should say, $8,000 to currently buy it outright. And mathematically, unless you keep your car for quite a while, it actually works out better to just do a subscription. And if you don't want it, you can just, not do it for that month. So you'll be saving even more money that way. I use it all the time. I think I'm at 97% with the, 97% with full self-driving. I use it quite a bit. Alright, so we're getting on the highway here. This is 86 East. We're at about 6:41 in the morning, so we'll have to see how the traffic is. It might still be early enough that it's not too bad. Nothing on our left here, so we are pretty clear. hurry on the highway. Remember I kept saying there seems to be two different speed profiles that run on the same selection, and one is related to residential, the other is related to highway. As you can tell right now, we're at 71, which is about 15 over. Alright, I'm going to drop it down to standard. We really shouldn't be going 72 and a 55, especially on this particular route. So let's see what standard does. Wow, it's now really slowing us down. I sometimes hate going down on profiles because it comes to such a sudden slowdown. It's not a gradual thing, it's pretty almost immediate. So now we're doing 62, which that's a more comfortable speed in a 55. Like I said, I actually don't mind doing that 72, even 80 is fine. But after a certain over the posted, well, see, look at this guy, he's probably doing what I was doing earlier. But after a certain posted, it's, you know, there's a lot of consequences that come with it if you're stopped. So we seem to be staying nicely in the lane as always. That definitely was one of the biggest improvements in the Cybertruck. If you ever watched any of the previous videos or any of the other YouTubers being in the, let's see, what do we got going on here? There's a guy here that's in our lane. I don't know why FSD is slowing down, because this just splits. We really don't have to get all the way over here. So I don't know what that was all about, why it did that. The lane right here, we can just stay right in that lane, which is what it usually does. So I don't know the purpose of that, slowing down just to get over when we had a perfectly clear shot. Again, that's another navigation lane selection issue that is separate from FSD. We are going to have to get over one because this lane on the left does end. So what I was talking about earlier, that did seem to improve. If you knew anything about the Cybertruck or watched anything on the other videos, that it loves to hug that left yellow line. It does not do that anymore. That was one of the biggest improvements and updates. Alright, now we're coming up to a merge here, and we need to get over 2 lanes. Let's see how it does. There's absolutely nothing on our right, so we should just glide over 2 lanes. There's 1, 2. Perfect. That was nicely done. In the past, it had a tendency, whether there were cars on the right or not, it would stop in the middle lane, and then it would move over to the next lane. That very unhuman-like. We're coming up again to our second of 3 traffic circles. Again, we'll just be cutting a sliver of it, so it should do well. Air quality today is at 113, which is very high, but I don't know if you can see, it's still kind of dark. There's a lot of what looks like fog, something on top of the mountains. It was like that yesterday, or no, Sunday, sorry. It's like that Sunday as well. Our air quality was really bad then. So I think what's happening is, as it gets warmer here, a lot of the steam or moisture will come off the snow, creating kind of a snow fog in the higher elevations. And I think that traps a lot of the bad particles. And oh, okay, so we're staying on the left-hand side today. That's perfect. This really actually is where we should be. Not that there's anything wrong with the other lane, but the past few trips, if you've noticed, it's gone into the right-hand lane. So we're back to our normal traffic pattern. But I think that snow fog, and I don't know, that may not even be what it's truly called, I think traps a lot of the air closer to the surface, so you get a lot of that bad air quality. Alright, we should be pulling in here. Yep, navigation looks a little weird. It has us going to the back of some building. but we'll see if it actually does park like it's supposed to. There's 3 cars in the parking lot, so let's see how these 3 cars kind of randomly spread out influences the parking job. All right, that's perfect. Took the gap and went. Okay, I guess we're gonna back in today. Oh, I don't know. Well, maybe we're not gonna back in today. Very odd, very weird. Is this a parking spot? This isn't a parking spot. I wasn't really paying any attention. I don't think this is a parking spot. No, it's not. So I don't know what that's all about. All right, let's yeah, well, that's a first. I don't know, like they said, parking is still kind of not the best. So I'm meeting my student here today, kind of coming in, making up some hours. Oh, I just rolled off the grass. Well, that's okay. It's a truck. Trucks can go off the grass. All right, so let's take this one right here. We're gonna pull forward. I like to be a little bit closer to this line here. We're gonna go forward. I have to be closer to the line on the left as long as it's not impacting flow of traffic, because it kind of gets you out of the way of having your door dinged. Back it up a little bit to this line here. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, I like to be a little closer to this line. Then anyway, anybody getting on that side, hopefully there'll be enough, even if the wind takes their door or they decide to slam it open, it misses any dents, which, I don't know, with this truck, I don't think you're supposed to be really getting dents. We could get scratches, I think, and I mean, it's durable, but not invincible. Alright guys, thank you for following along. Hopefully this mic worked out a little bit better. We'll find out later, and we will definitely catch you on the next one. Have a great day. Hey everybody, I'm back. We are gonna run by my mom's house so I can do a couple things, and then we're gonna head to dinner. So let's just see how it does. We are still on 14.2.2.4. We haven't gotten the .5 yet. And we are at 55 degrees. It is warm. It's melting all the snow off the sidewalks, the roads. As you can tell, a lot of water has taken the place of, and we are in hurry mode. And we selected curbside parking for my mom's house, so we'll kind of see how it does. Now this traffic circle, we should be in the left-hand lane. It's like it heard me. So yeah, much better. Oh, sorry. Okay, that was a good, nice little slow down. Did not come to a complete stop, which it did not need to do. There is nobody in the traffic circle. And we're going to be merging onto 81 South to 86 West. Traffic's kind of light today. It's not too bad. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. Our air quality is a little better. We're at 96. Anyway, so we have 76% on the battery. We're at 244 estimated miles. I had home health clients that I went to see and then came back to work. And now I'm leaving. So if you're trying to figure out why the percentage dropped so much, that was why. This lane here will eventually merge to the left, so it should kind of get over now, but it has a tendency to just kind of hang out here and ride it out. right now. Yeah, that's perfect. It is 55 posted here. We're going about 63. I guess we're gonna maybe get over one more. Yep. Okay. As you can tell, we're at 71. Again, hurry will completely go way over this posted speed limit, whereas it will not when we're in a residential city type driving. It seems like all the profiles sort of have a limit on them in the city area. The thing is, I've had no other YouTubers comment on it, so I don't know, either they're not noticing or it's just something I've noticed, or it's just unique to me and the Cybertruck. I don't know. But I'm leaving it in hurry for right now. We must be getting off. Yeah, we're getting off of this exit coming out, so it's just decided to hang out here instead of passing all the cars and trying to merge over, which is fine. That's probably an appropriate thing to do. Oh, now our air quality, not that anybody cares, I don't know why I'm even telling you guys this. The air quality is now 109. It's a little better than it was this morning, but still not great. I do see some open skies and some sun, so maybe... Ooh, there was almost an accident there. They obviously do not have full self-driving because that wouldn't have happened. Couple cars coming behind us. I don't know if we can see. There we go. There, and after that one it should be good. Now we want this. Well, I don't know. Where is it taking me today? I shouldn't say anything. Oh, no, we're going straight, I think. Yeah, we're not taking our CFJ today. Taking that's hit and miss for going to Mom's house. I guess they feel this way is a faster way, and honestly, you come to the same point regardless of whether you take this road or the other road. But it's just interesting how it selected that one. So it did do something interesting at one of my clients' house. I had curbside parking, and then there was a car in front of the house I needed to go to. So the side, and there was a car behind. So there was probably like maybe 3 car lengths between the car in front and then the car in back. So the Cybertruck pulled, you know, behind the car in front, which was fine. It was one house up from where I needed to be. But instead of just like stopping there, it actually did a little parallel park and it backed itself all the way up to the car behind it. I thought that was interesting because it's leaving room for, I guess, other cars to be able to park in front, so it doesn't create that awkward, you know, gosh, if you had moved up further or moved back further, I would be able to park my car here situation. I then decided that I would just park it in the person's driveway, which was also not the smartest thing on my part because it dumped me, because it's a very narrow driveway, it dumped me right into a snowbank, so I'm up to practically my knees trying to walk around the car and get out all my materials. Whereas if I had just stayed in the road, I would have had just road to get into. So I don't know. That was my error. think next time I will try putting it on driveway to see if it actually pulls into their driveway. Alright, let's see, we got a few cars coming. Personally, if it was me, I would have gone. It had plenty of room, it could have done it. And been safe about it and been able to get out of the way. It would have probably been a little bit harder of an acceleration, so I'm sure somewhere in the computer system it has for probably gentler acceleration around curves and doing that, so that's probably why it didn't take it. A lot of houses for sale up and down this street, I've just noticed. Between rent and for sale. Okay. Alright, looks like there's a little tiny pathway for me to get in. The guy who does my mom's lawn apparently likes to make things very difficult for me, so I can't get in and out of mom's house easily. I have to go and mountain climb over. Alright, I'm going to stop it here for a moment, do what I need to do in there, and I'll be back. Okay, I finished what I needed to at my mom's. Actually, I'm gonna unplug this computer. And we are off to Beer Tree. Yep, Factory by Beer Tree Brew in Johnson City. So you just type that in, or you can use Grok if you want to, or you could use the Tesla inboard communication. So alrighty, that guy was nice. He told us to go, but this will not go until it comes to a complete zero stop. Oh, okay, this is new. I've kind of wondered myself sometimes why it just doesn't go straight. It tends to want to take a left and then hit at the stoplight, which makes it easier for turning left. Okay, we got a couple cars here on our side. One is turning left, two are going straight. And there's nothing to our right. Well, one car coming, but it's far. So it took it and it went. That was great. Again, this is one of those roads that, depending on school buses, traffic lights, and coming home commute cars, both directions can get a little congested. So like I said, we're on hurry. It's 30 mile posted and we're doing what, 32, maybe 33. Okay, so I see another issue with FSD. It hit one of the puddles from the melting snow and I think kind of got it into the sidewalk. Nobody was there on the side, but it could have the potential. Most humans would know to kind of go around unless they're being a jerk. So some of the complaints that people have is it's still hitting potholes. I myself have noticed that, and sometimes it avoids it. There was a white bag floating in the road, and it did a couple little brake jabs, but it did not like full on stop or swerve. It just kind of kept going. I don't know, maybe it must have realized, and it was pretty big. It was a very big floating bag, kind of like the clear bag like you'd find in the tall kitchen garbage bags. Oh, and there's a maki. There's a lot of maki. So that's that green. Oh, that's really pretty in the sun. The green is their newer color, maybe last year new color. So there's a lot of makis in our area. I see them quite often. Teslas, of course, that's a given. You always see Teslas. Cybertrucks, not so much. I run into them every once in a while. I think there's maybe 4 in our area. Is in the exact same place as the Chargers, so we're going to see how it actually parks for and where it parks for this particular restaurant. We should be taking the same exit. We should be taking the same entrance that we do to go to the Chargers. If I had a little more time before meeting my friend, I would probably just top it off a little bit. But we're at 74. We really don't need it. I do try to wait till we kind of get really low, or if I have a lot of driving to do, long distance driving with my clients, I'll fill it up a little earlier. Actually, I should say charge it up. Charge it up a little earlier. So we are in the correct lane selection. So it's good to see that we really don't have to move over, but it does tend to pick this lane regardless. They're still working on that Chick-fil-A over there to the left. We have a crumble that's coming into our area, and my personal favorite is the Tropical Smoothie Cafe, so I'm really looking forward to that. When I go down to see my mom, she has one in her area, so I'm like ordering as much as I can from there. And if I have to do any service stuff up in Syracuse, or more likely Fayetteville, New York, they have one up in that area, so a lot of times I will navigate to that and get something and use it and drink on the way home. Okay, hopefully it picks this lane. Okay, good. I still have triggers that it's going to go that lane, so I always get a little paranoid there. Oh, I see some Teslas charging here. These other ones, finally, there were like 4 that were out for quite a few days. And here comes a huge pothole. And no, maybe we just barely missed it. All right, so let's see. Where it's planning to park. We do have parking lot. Beer trees right here to our left. Please don't hit that sign. Please don't hit the sign. Okay, good. Okay. Well, that's handicap. We can't park there. We can park right here to the left. Right here. This one, this one, this one. We can back into it. Okay, let's see what it does. Yep, that's a really good selection. That was perfect. Very, very well done with the selection, and parking's not the best. Maybe it will correct itself a little bit. Well, all right, let's just see. I know there's a glare, sorry. So, it looks like very faint line. Okay, we look like we're about centered. I think the line is about right here. It's very faded. And then we have it right here. So this is the distance from the driver's side, and then this is the distance from the passenger side. So we're pretty even. That's really not too bad. All right, well, thank you for following along, and I will catch you on the drive home. Have a great day. Okay, everybody, we are back, and we are heading home. Windshield's a little foggy, so I'm going to see if we can clear it up a little bit. Alright, oh, okay, good. I was going to say there was a stop sign here, so I wasn't sure what I was planning on doing, so I went right before it, so that actually was good. Something I probably would have done myself. Oh, there's a Cybertruck over here. This is the one I haven't seen in a while. Hey, I'm changing this to say driveway. It was on street, so let's just see if it actually goes into the driveway. We're going to turn off the defroster now, and oops, there we go. Oh, we definitely don't need AC on. Okay. Yeah, we dropped down to 38 degrees. We were 55 earlier. There we go. Bump that up a little bit. They're really working kind of late into the evening for that Chick-fil-A. I guess, well, I haven't seen that in a while, that phantom turn on the signal. Okay, we're gonna go now. I feel it moving. It is 45, posted speed limit here on this stretch of the road, and we do have it in hurry. Definitely need to wash it again. Had a lot of just this wetness on the road, all the yucky brown sand, salt, whatever it is, debris from the road. Definitely gets kicked up on this car, this truck, more than any other vehicle I've owned. I do not have mud flaps on here. I usually always put mud flaps on my cars. I don't know why I haven't done it with this one. Look at that. Wow. Okay, that actively tried to avoid a pothole, and well, kind of not aggressively, but enthusiastically tried to avoid that pothole. That is the first time I've ever seen it do that kind of maneuver. It really, like, it saw it and it's like, I am going to avoid this. And it really tried really hard to do that. And it's nighttime too, so I would think it would have less ability to see it, because it certainly doesn't avoid it during the daytime. I don't know, maybe the contrast between the night, the way the lights were hitting it from the road, maybe provided enough light in dark spaces that it stood out more to the cameras. But it was like, I am going to go and miss this thing, and I'm going to keep correcting to try to go like over it or around it or something. So that was kind of neat to see. It was very last minute. It sort of saw it at the very last moment. I think part of the reason it probably still hit potholes is because it doesn't have like depth perception, so it can't see like down. Or you can see kind of up, like things that are raised, like bumps and things like that. It seems to be able to catch those and it'll slow down. Although that's not 100%, but it seems to be missing that depth perception to be able to say, hey, this is like a hole in the road. Let me try to either, roll over it or go around it. But wow, I was impressed. That was actually really good. And of course, roads like this is impossible. This is typical upstate New York. This is a residential road between the thaw, the frost, the ice, the cold, the salt, the sand. These roads unfortunately just get like this, so we'd be looking like we were drunk trying to avoid all this. But it does go slow down. It goes going under 30, so it seems to be aware that this road is not the best, so it seems to keep the speeds a little bit lower. Alright, let's see if we do driveway. Okay, we're slowing down, we're slowing down, we're slowing down. Yep, we got it. Alright. Perfect. That was really a good trip home. No interventions, no weirdness. And it never, it lowers the ride height, so I'm just waiting for that to finish. So we'll put there and go a little bit closer. Make sure the tail end isn't sticking out. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright guys, well thank you for following along, and like, subscribe, leave any comments or questions. I really do enjoy seeing everybody's responses and questions, and we will definitely catch you on the next one. Have a great day.